Special delivery. I got a package for Daniel's bar.
All right, so I believe what I have in my hand right here is the best credit card on the market. If I could only have one credit card for the rest of my life, it would easily be this one. And that's because it earns 2 membership rewards points, which is one of the most valuable points currencies on the credit card market. You can get approved for this card with just your social security number, and it has no annual fee. This is the blue Business Plus. I'm just going to call it the BBP for the rest of this video because it's kind of a tongue twister. So to be honest, before doing my research on business credit cards, I kind of just assumed that Amex didn't actually have any ones worth getting and holding long term because of my experience with their personal cards. Most of them have super high annual fees and just not enough good statement credits to justify it. So I kind of just figured that I'd eventually get the Chase Ink cards. But let me tell you, I was completely wrong. After doing my own research and really diving into business credit cards, I can confidently say the BBP is by far the most value that any small business owner or really medium business owner is going to get from a single card. And that's because you're going to be earning 2 membership rewards points on every single one of your purchases up to $50,000. Now, if your business is small like mine, then you're probably never going to go over that $50,000 limit. So this card is going to work for you and your business until you're spending over $50,000. And even then, you can just use this card up until $50,000. And when you get a business card, it's like starting over your credit card journey because most of the business credit cards, like all the ones from Amex, including the one I'm talking about today, does not report to your personal credit. It's going to be your business credit, which is kind of a completely separate thing. So while you're doing all your personal credit card stuff and you're spacing out your applications, you can also have your business credit cards going at the same time and doing the same journey essentially. So let me first answer the most common question that I get about business credit cards. And that is, can you use your business credit card for personal use? So it's not illegal to use your business credit card for personal use or your personal credit card for business use. However, it is illegal to claim your personal expenses as a business expense. Now, using your business card for personal things might go against the terms and conditions, so make sure you go and check that. But honestly, the banks are never going to care. I know a lot of people that use their business credit cards for personal use, and they have never had a problem with it. You got to remember that these banks are making money off of the interchange fees, meaning every time that you go and you swipe your card, that bank is charging the merchant, I think Amex is like 3%. So as long as you're using the card and paying it off and not doing anything shady with it, they're not going to care. You're not going to get any financial reviews or anything. But I am personally only going to use it for business expenses. Really, the only reason that I got this card is now my YouTube channel is making enough money. And from now on, the quality of my videos are really going to be bumped up. I just got a new editor. I got a new thumbnail guy. So I want to reinvest most of the revenue that I'm earning for this channel back into the channel. But when I do that, that is, of course, a business expense, and I can write that off. And a big reason why I chose this card instead of another card is one, it was my first business card, so it's an amazing starter card. And then number 2 is because both my editor and my thumbnail guy are overseas. I forget what country they're from, but usually when I pay them because it's a different currency, there's a fee charged. Usually it's like a 3% fee per transaction, but because the BBP is earning 2 membership rewards points per every dollar spent, I'm fine with paying a 3% transaction fee because if I'm redeeming at 2 cents per point, it's essentially like getting 4% cash back. I also got this card, of course, for the sign-up bonus. You get 15,000 points after spending $3,000 within 3 months. So not a crazy sign-up bonus to hit and also not a crazy amount of rewards. But you know, if you redeem at 2 cents per point again, that's like getting a $300 bonus. So not bad at all for a no annual fee card. You're also going to get 0 APR for the first 12 months. So that's essentially like a 0 APR business loan, which is pretty crazy. Of course, make sure you pay that off by the time that 12 months is over. Now, I'm not going to use that just because the business I'm in, I don't have any inventory or anything crazy that I would need a loan for. But if your business does require you to get some inventory or something to get started up, this is going to be a great card for you. They also did not hard pull my credit at all. And that's because I already have the American Express Gold personal card. And usually American Express is only going to hard pull your credit on your very first card from them. So my personal credit was not affected at all from this card. So when I go and apply for my next personal card, it's going to be completely invisible to the people that are pulling my credit, which is good because it doesn't affect it, no new age of accounts, and it doesn't take up one of those Chase 524 slots. If you guys were wondering, my credit score for all 3 bureaus was around 700 to 710. But yeah, enough of me yapping. Let's go ahead and unbox this card. All right, so here we have it. When I got approved, it actually said that it was going to come the 26th, but it came the 22nd, which was a full 4 days earlier, so I was pretty excited about that. I thought it was going to come in like one of those FedEx envelopes, but it just came in this, which is fine. A little bit underwhelming, but let's take it out. So on the back of the envelope, it says, "Don't do business without it," which is probably what I'm going to be doing for the next year or two. So obviously I blanked out my address. If you guys want to send me some fan mail or something, maybe I'll unblank it. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so here is the first look at the card. What do you guys say? Should we just go ahead and take it off? Alrighty. All right, so here's my first look at the card. Let me go ahead and peel this guy off. There we go, no residue. So first impressions is that it does feel very nice to the touch. These letters are actually a little bit raised right here. I don't know if you can see, but it does feel nice to the touch. These are a lot more raised than this one. And when you move it around in the light, it kind of gives you this shimmer. And I think this design looks way better than the previous one. The previous one was this like whack, clear, see-through one. And whenever I saw someone with it, I was like, damn, I don't know who cooked up that card design, but they were on something. Anyways, you get your two names right here. Usually it's your name and then your business name, but since it's the same for mine, I just, I get both of them. And then if we go and flip to the back, it's nothing too special. The reader card is silver, and then you obviously have all your sensitive information. And you get the Centurion logo right here. And if you guys didn't know, I was actually a history major in college. That's not true, I made that up, but I do want to give you a history lesson on this Centurion man. So oftentimes he was called the gladiator or the Roman soldier, and the very first time that he appeared on an American Express card was the traveler's check in the 19th century. I'll show you it next to the one on my Amex Gold, but it was chosen because it symboled strength, security, and service. It was later introduced on American Express's charge cards in 1958, like this one right here, but back then it was a more classical, detailed design, and then they switched to this one, which is more of a modernized, sleek, minimalist one. So now I want to give it the good old-fashioned slap test. I'll compare it to some other metal cards. Here's my Crypto.com, probably my heaviest card, Amazon Prime Visa, and then that's not metal, and then here is my Amex Gold card. So overall, a pretty cheap card, but I do like it a lot more than the other cards just because of the face of it and then the way the light shimmers on it. So let's now go over the documents inside of my envelope. First, I got my cardholder agreement. I'll be using my pretty much a mini version of me here to look at this document. So most important thing is my credit limit. That's $2,000. Pretty disappointing. I feel like every single person that I watched get approved for this card got approved with a $10,000 limit. But you can actually go over your limit. As you can see down here, there's actually no over the limit fee, because if you go into the Amex app, you can actually request to see how much you can actually spend. I didn't know this. I used to do it all the time with my Amex Gold. People say you don't want to do this too much because it might trigger a financial review from Amex. I believe if you do go over that limit, you just have to pay it off the next month. So it works like a charge card for all the amount that you go over. You then get some more basic stuff like your introductory APR, which I'll get till March 2026, my normal APR, and then any balance transfer fee. And then it has a 2.7% foreign transaction fee, which I don't really mind. I don't plan to use this overseas. And then some other fees back here. We then have the business privacy notice, which just tells us, that they're not going to send our information to anyone. And then this page is just going to give us our benefits. We have the global hotline assist, car rental, loss, and damage insurance, which is actually pretty nice. This way you can actually decline and pay for the entire rental car, decline the damage waiver and rental company counter. You then get your extended warranty. You then get your purchase protection, which I like. Let's say you bought a pair of AirPods or something and then lost one of them. Most of the time, you're actually going to be protected, and Amex is going to give you a statement credit for that. Lastly, we have the cardholder agreement, which no one in the history of credit cards has actually read. If we go ahead and do the weight test, we can see that it weighs in at right about 5 grams, which is actually very similar to what this creatine, it's creatine, guys, don't worry. We can also compare this 5 grams to the Discover It, which also weighs in at 5 grams, as most plastic cards will, the American Express Gold, which is right about 15. I just realized this is upside down. Then the Amazon Prime Visa, 12. Because this isn't a full metal card, it's infused metal, so it's like a hybrid sort of. And then the Crypto.com card. I've never weighed this, but I expect it to be my heaviest card. Yeah, right at 18 grams, 17. So this is obviously just going to be your normal plastic card. It's not metal, for those of you who are wondering. If you guys want to apply for this credit card, I'll have an affiliate link down in the comments. And if you want to watch me get approved for this card, where I show you step by step how to get approved for this card, you can click this video right here.